I hope you're all enjoying the show so far. We got to switch topics real quick. Mike MacDonald hired as the defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Jeff, what does it mean for Michigan first? Now, I believe they're bringing in Larry Foote, by the way, as a DC. But is that a sign Jim Harbaugh's leaving, or is that just Mike MacDonald proved his point 1 year in Michigan, goes back to the NFL? The Ravens clearly missed him.
Yeah.
He'll be the DC there, and he'll probably get a head coaching job in the next 2 to 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, John noticed that. They fired Martindale, and they realized, damn, we let Mike MacDonald go to Michigan. He did a hell of a job this year. You saw what he did with Aiden Hutchinson, David Ajabo, and this historic season they had. So I think that was the easy answer for John. But for Jim, Mike leaving, I think, tells me that maybe the uncertainty, it could be half. I think it's partially Mike wanting to go back to the NFL, but it's also the uncertainty of Jim comes into play, and you don't really know what's going to happen with Jim. You know eventually you're probably going to have to make that decision to go to the NFL regardless. So if I'm Mike, I see that as a great opportunity. You're going to the Ravens in the NFL, be their defensive coordinator. He wasn't a coordinator before, so it's a big opportunity for him. And Larry Foote, great replacement. Obviously, I think he working for Tampa from Detroit. Linebackers coach for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's from Detroit, went to the University of Michigan, so I'm okay with Larry Foote. But Mike MacDonald, that tells me a lot. Because I don't think really nobody knows what Jim's doing besides Jim. I don't know what he's telling any of the recruits or what his mindset is, but for Jim, I think it's more so of just waiting and seeing. And for coaches, waiting and seeing, sometimes they want to take opportunities of their own. So I can't blame Mike MacDonald. I think it's a great opportunity for him. Go to the Ravens, have a chance to run that defense. They got quite a lot of studs on there, so no problem with it at all. But I think this kind of explains to me that maybe Jim Harbaugh's future isn't totally solved. There's still a lot of question marks there.
No, I'm with you. But I got to say, I think it's a good move.
Yeah, it's a great move.
He's going to set himself up for an NFL job, basically,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of as a head coach, 100%. I could totally see Mike MacDonald being a head coach 2, 3, 4 years from now.
Look at what he did with that defense. Now look at him as a head coach for the Chargers.
So that's the thing for me. And again, that is the ultimate look at me, Don Brown is a disaster for Michigan for 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I show up, we stifle Ohio State. They only scored 28 points, I believe, is what they totaled in the final game of the year against Michigan. Isn't that something? He's going to go back to Baltimore. Good for him, honestly. Happy for him. What does it mean for Harbaugh? Honestly, I don't see Harbaugh leaving at this point.
Think it's too late at this point?
He's recruiting hard. He's recruiting hard. He's out there. I mean, Harbaugh, just as a man, you would not be out there right now recruiting that hard if you were seriously entertaining an NFL job. You would get that deal done as soon as possible so you could tell these kids, look, I am taking an NFL job. The University of Michigan is a beautiful place. You should still consider going there, but I will not be there. Whatever the case may be. I don't know. But the point, again, I think Harbaugh's staying. And more importantly than that, it's starting to heat up in Vegas that Josh McDaniels is going to get another look. And I want to say something about Josh McDaniels. Dude, you can't keep taking interviews and not accepting a job. You are one of, if not the best offensive coordinators in the NFL. Without a doubt. You're top 3 minimum. You are one of the best offensive coordinators in the NFL. That does not mean you're going to be a very good to great head coach. Jim Schwartz is a good defensive coordinator. He's an average head coach. There is a big difference. Josh, this is likely your last opportunity. You've had one in Denver. You take this job, you're going to have Derek Carr. You're not going to have a quarterback problem. Take the job, Josh. If it's being offered, if the rumors are correct, take the damn job and figure it out. I don't care what division you're in. AFC West, 2 amazing quarterbacks, I don't care. But stop interviewing if you're not going to take one of these jobs. It's starting to get really annoying. At least for maybe me. Maybe I'm the only one in this room annoyed from it, but